ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he has... What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. Thank you so much for joining in. As today is a tragic day for people that they use an alternative route to being smuggled into our country of Mexico, and ultimately they want to be smuggled throughout the state of Chiapas, which is considered one of the, it is considered Tapachula, the prison of migrants. Now it is called like that. And they don't want to stay and do the process and wait on the asylum and refugee process. They want to consider to be smuggled and to get quicker into the United States of America. Joining me right now on Tapachula, Chiapas, it is our friend. Also, I will be bringing him into the live feed. But first, let me explain what is going on. Today, a tragic accident. These are the numbers that we're managing. There's other numbers that they're, putting out there, but these are the numbers that are being managed. A tractor trailer was practically on the road between Chiapas to Tuxtla, and the road on the scenic road Chiapas to Tuxtla, and 107 migrants were smuggled in this tractor trailer. The tractor trailer suffered. The drivers, could not control the unit, and he crashed himself into a bridge where 37 out of those 107 are injured. 3 of them are in critical condition. 18 of them are stable condition. 49 of them are right now dead, pronounced dead right now. It is a sad scenario. It is something that a lot of people don't understand what is happening. And ultimately, we want to bring, people that they are on the location. So with you guys, I would like to bring on the screen the photographer and also professional photographer and correspondent for Reuters, and also he's now with Border Network News and us. That is José Torres. He will give an explanation in Spanish, and then after that, we will, put another interview that we did with Luis Villagrán, the defender of humanitarian rights. Also, we have him on an interview recorded. So on screen, we'll put José Torres. We'll do it in Spanish, and I will translate what is going on. He is a professional photographer. You guys haven't seen his work. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram. We will get into that. On screen right now is Cheche. Cheche, muy buenas tardes. Saludos desde Tijuana, Baja California. Una situación sumamente trágica, Cheche, que ha estado no solamente hoy, pero lo que se ha estado viviendo en el pasado mes. Vaya que ya es algo que se le salió fuera de control a las autoridades, pero cuéntanos un poco de lo que sucedió el día de hoy, Cheche.
Hola, Oscar, me da gusto saludarte. No sé si me logras escuchar bien.
Sí, estás bien.
Perfecto, estamos ahora sí que de frontera a frontera y visibilizando de nueva cuenta lo que está ocurriendo en territorio mexicano, más acá, más de este lado de la frontera sur, donde, como bien lo acabas de citar en esta introducción, una situación muy complicada la que acaba de ocurrir hoy en Chiapas con este fatal accidente que ha dejado en datos preliminares 49 muertos, pero estamos confirmando en estos momentos 3 muertes más, es decir, se está elevando a 52 la cifra de víctimas mortales en un accidente que ocurrió hace aproximadamente 2 horas. Bueno, aquí son las 6 de la tarde con 54 minutos, entiendo que tenemos diferencia de horario, pero hace aproximadamente 2 horas, 4 de la tarde con 40 minutos de aquí, de esta parte del país, este accidente en el que un tráiler que llevaba a más de 150 personas en la caja del tráiler, hacinadas estas personas, lamentablemente volcó y provocó la muerte de estas 52 personas centroamericanas, la mayoría de nacionalidades, las principales Guatemala y Honduras, pero seguramente hay personas de otras partes del mundo también, de Sudamérica, lo hemos visto, lo hemos constatado aquí en la región sur de México, la situación que viven estos miles de migrantes que están a la espera de una resolución por parte del gobierno mexicano en esta política bastante cruda, bastante cruel hacia la comunidad internacional, que como bien lo hemos visto también está migrando por distintas razones, las principales por desempleo, por situaciones económicas que están lacerando en sus países y también por la violencia que predomina en naciones de Centroamérica como Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, entre otras.
Déjame les traduzco un poquito, Cheche.
Oscar,
déjame les traduzco poquito, Cheche, para que la gente entienda más o menos. I will translate for people that are watching. He's informing us right now that these kind of incidents that have happened is tragic, and it is because of the migrant policies that are implemented in our country right now. That these migrant policies are provoking this situation for the organized crime and traffickers to take the decision and to ultimately, traffic people. Cheche, it is a photographer, professional photographer for Reuters, and also he's collaborating with us, working consistently. Also, sad news, he's saying that it's not 49 people. 3 more people have died on this right now, on this timing, on this event. So it is now on the number of 52 people that they have died on this tragic accident. Not only that, he's saying that these people are from Guatemala, Honduras, Central America, and South America. I will ask a question to Cheche. Te voy a hacer una pregunta, Che. ¿Hay un número confirmado de niños o alguna información acerca de eso? Is there a number regarding children that they died on this tragic journey?
Bueno, en estos momentos, Oscar, tenemos la confirmación de tres niños, 3 menores de edad, que están en situación grave en hospitales de aquí de Chiapas. El accidente ocurrió muy cerca de la capital de esta provincia del sur de México, de Chiapas. Hablo de Tuxtla Gutiérrez, es el nombre de la ciudad donde ocurrió este accidente, y sabemos de 3 niños que están graves, que están realmente graves en el hospital, y que el pronóstico para ellos pues es adverso. A esto sumamos al menos una decena más de menores de edad que también están en estas mismas condiciones, pero un tanto más controlados en cuanto a su estado de salud en estos momentos.
He's saying that basically there's 3 children that they are in critical condition. In really critical condition, 3 children that they're in critical condition. That is the thing that he can confirm right now, as this, tragic event happened on this particular road that leads into, the exacerbated situation and the precarious, consistency of irregular migration that exists in the state of Chiapas-Cheche. Ha estado ocurriendo, este mes ha sido plenamente sangriento, la verdad. Hablamos de los 2 cubanos que fueron pues prácticamente asesinados en punto de inspección. Hablamos de 2 mujeres haitianas que fueron encontradas sin vida en Tapachula. Hablamos también de un niño que se ahogó, creo que en el Suchiate, al cruzar. Hablamos también, tú y yo estuvimos presentes con la mujer que perdió a su hija en el transcurso de la caravana, deshidratada. Esto tiene que abrir los ojos de la autoridad. Déjame lo traduzco. Cheche, we're talking about that this month has been tragic and bloodshed on migrants. We're talking about the 2 migrants from Cuba were gunned down as they were being smuggled into another inspection point. 2 migrant women were, one of them was raped and abused, and it was killed on Tapachula. A migrant child from Haiti drowned trying to cross the Chiapas River. And even to you and me, we are in the presence of a woman giving us statements that her daughter of 1 year and 2 months died because of dehydration. Cheche, esto ya es un parteaguas para que el Instituto Nacional de Migración o alguien, la autoridad mexicana, ya haga algo, ¿no?
Bueno, ya es hora, ya es tiempo que la comunidad internacional visibilice lo que está pasando en México. Yo creo que si hacía falta un detonante para vislumbrar a grandes rasgos qué está pasando con los migrantes, con la comunidad internacional en tránsito por México, yo creo que este accidente es ya la gota que derramó el vaso, y si no se atiende esta situación, Oscar, va a seguir recrudeciendo, va a seguir presentándose este tipo de situaciones, estos accidentes, muertes por doquier, muertes en la frontera norte, en la frontera sur, en el centro del país. No cabe en nuestra cabeza cómo es que el fenómeno migratorio llegó a estos alcances, llegó a esta situación tan incómoda para todos, porque no solamente se trata de los migrantes que están sufriendo en estos momentos, se trata de todo un país que también está teniendo repercusiones en cuanto a cuestiones de seguridad, de salud pública. Hay que recordar que estamos en medio de una pandemia y tenemos a miles de personas transitando por México en medio de un virus letal que ha cobrado millones de muertes a nivel mundial y en condiciones completamente vulnerables, Oscar.
He's saying that basically, we have a humongous problem, and this is because of bad policies of immigration, and also that we have I'm summarizing up in a synopsis what he's saying. Basically that we have COVID right now. That is a huge problem, and we have an open border, and this is COVID that has affected our country of Mexico greatly. And we have that problem, and also we have the trafficking problem that is another problem right now. And then you have things of this nature that, it happens, sadly, right now. Cheche, última pregunta para ya dejarte ir. Antes que nada, muchísimas gracias por darme el tiempo. Cheche, thank you so much. Last question before I let you go. ¿Cuál crees que vaya a ser la postura ahora y ya hemos visto múltiples veces de nuestro presidente Andrés Manuel López Obrador, que dice que la frontera está bien, que el sur de la frontera está bien? Tú y yo estuvimos presentes hace unos días en el estadio, donde era un caos total. ¿Qué crees que ya debe hacer ya la actual administración para que este tipo de eventos tan trágicos ya dejen de suceder?
Lo primero que debe ocurrir, Oscar, es acabar con esta corrupción que impera al interior de las instituciones públicas y de servicio que hay en México. El Instituto Nacional de Migración, la Comisión Mexicana de Ayuda a Refugiados, debe de haber una limpia total. Tal vez estamos hablando de una idea bastante descabellada, porque estamos hablando de acabar con corrupción en este país para que esto pueda de alguna manera digerirse de otra forma. De nada nos sirve, Oscar, que en estos momentos en las redes sociales, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Marcelo Ebrard que ahora sí que es el segundo al mando, por decirlo de alguna manera, detrás de López Obrador, esté dando condolencias, que el mismo presidente López Obrador esté dando condolencias, que toda la clase política esté diciendo lamentamos la muerte de 52 migrantes, pero en realidad no se está haciendo absolutamente nada. A mí, de manera personal, me gustaría abrir la pregunta para ti, para tu auditorio. ¿Qué es lo que estamos haciendo todos, tanto gobierno como pueblo, para que el tema migrante, para que el tema migratorio tenga un vuelco, tenga un giro de manera positiva, para que toda esta gente que está llegando a nuestro país tenga, si no la oportunidad de emplearse directamente, pero sí de tener las condiciones humanas que cualquier humano tiene derecho en cualquier parte del mundo y que lamentablemente México se está convirtiendo ya en este punto mediático, en este punto central de la crisis humanitaria que hay a nivel mundial, no solamente estamos hablando de Latinoamérica. Tú y yo coincidíamos hace unos días que ya hay en distintas partes del mundo el nombre de Tapachula, que es donde en estos momentos estamos, pero Tapachula suena porque ya es el punto mediático de la crisis humanitaria a nivel mundial.
Basically, I'm asking him, and apparently he got a bad signal right here. I will put him back on.
La pregunta es, ¿qué estamos haciendo por los...
Déjame traducir, Cheche. Déjame traducir en esos momentos. Basically, I'm just asking him, what do you think the posture of the president needs to be done? What do you think that the president and the current administration needs to do right now due to the enormous circumstance that has been happening? And that it is just horrible what is just occurring right now. As you see right here in the images, I will translate, people. Please be patient. Be patient with the translation. Ultimately, is saying, you know what the question that is not only that we don't, it does not even work. It does not even help to be complaining at social media. And also Marcelo Ebrard and Andrés Manuel López Obrador for just start to just beg and say, you know, I give my condolences. That does not even help. That's what he says. What it helps is what we can do as society to basically stop the enormous trafficking, the enormous irregularities that exist in the borders. And also, if we are going to provide and help, in what way we can do something about it, because it's just nobody has authority on this. Basically, that is what Cheche is saying. And I want to thank him right now on public for coming on here. He is stationed in Tapachula, Chiapas. Cheche, te quiero dar las gracias por haberme dado un poquito de tu tiempo y pues hablar de esta trágica situación, pero para la gente que te está escuchando, ¿en dónde pueden seguirte en Instagram y que puedan seguir tu enorme trabajo que tienes fotográfico y que puedan seguir tu enorme trabajo periodístico?
Gracias, Oscar. Estoy en las redes sociales, en Facebook y en Instagram como Cheche TC. Es un sobrenombre y ahí pueden encontrar todo esto que está ocurriendo de este lado del mundo, toda la situación migratoria que estamos documentando y que lamentablemente está recrudeciéndose todos los días, Oscar, aquí en el sur de México.
Muchas gracias, Cheche. Te lo agradezco de todo corazón. Gracias. Nos vemos pronto.
Abrazos, Oscar, hasta la frontera norte.
Dale. There you have it. Cheche, it is is a photographer. I just asked him how can they find you on social media. He says on Instagram, Cheche TC, T as Tito, C as Carlos. Cheche TC, that is Cheche CHETC. That is how can you find his photography work. And also on Facebook and Instagram, you can follow him. He does incredible photographic journalism. And also he's a writer and he writes perfectly. So he has a lot of talent. He is live right now from Tapachula, and he was giving us an explanation on what is going on over there. Also, we had an interview right now with, as you guys have seen, I have been done multiple interviews with the leader and activist of humanitarian rights, leader and activist Luis Villagran, which I have done multiple interviews with him. Multiple ones. And here it is. It's just a video of him, but here are his words as he is going to describe right now what is his feeling about what just happened. And I will stop and translate for you guys to understand what he has seen. This caravan that you see behind me, this is why I put it on here. The caravan was led by Luis Villagran, the only activist, defender of humanitarian rights who has achieved the humanitarian visas and visas of transit in a caravan. So this caravan I was walking through this particular place, the one that his picture is behind it. I took that picture as we were walking. This is his opinion on what just recently happened. And this is what he said on this particular interview. I asked him another tragic situation. I asked him this, and this is his response in terms to this, current situation that it just happened, where 52, now it is the confirmed number of people, 52 people are pronounced dead on this horrible, tragic accident. 3 of them are in critical condition. These are children. They have not died. 3 children are in critical condition right now, and really critical condition. So this is Luis Villagran talking about right now an interview that I did with him on the phone.
Está Luis Villagran, activista y defensor de los derechos humanos. Luis, otra trágica situación que sucede en Chiapas. Terrible, Oscar. Lo que estamos enterándonos son 49 personas fallecidas, en su mayoría.
Terrible. I said, this is Luis Villagran, defender of humanitarian rights activist. What is your opinion on what just happened? Terrible what just happened. We talked about this a few minutes ago, and it was 49 people that they were pronounced dead. Now Cheche has come into the live feed and says 3 more were confirmed right now. So that makes it 52 people in this tragic accident. There were a lot of people from Guatemala. There were kids. They entered from the place that are called Comitán. There was a lot of children, and they were coming with traffickers. That is the way that they were coming in. They were coming in by traffickers. And this is, a consequence of bad policies that the Mexican government has used to attend the immigration population, the immigration policies that have provoked people to take this alternative decisions, that they're irregular decisions to migrate into different points of the country. We are in really deep hurt because there were possibly there were a lot of women and children in this accident. Well, it's the result that literally, the organized crime is the one that is managing all this situation. And in the hands of these criminals, it is the lives of these people that they are looking for a better life and a better way of life. And to be honest, we are hurting right now, and we feel horrible of what has been going on to this situation. If we keep signalizing, it will be a mistake from us. What we are asking is the population to sensibilize, to be more sensitive into these current situations. And in a way, we are asking for sensitivity from the population that it will not happen again. I asked him about the same question that I asked right now, Cheche, about the black numbers, the red numbers, the red numbers, blood numbers of people, of migrants that they have died right now on this current situation. And he says, yeah, you're right about the numbers. People have been dying consistently on these irregular smuggling and all these smuggling and trafficking that has been occurring. Nobody is putting attention, people, to the seriousness of this. This is extremely serious. This is extremely serious. And, you know, this is, I will give my point of view, but this is what Luis Villagran says about this current situation. And to be clear, you know, this is a tragic situation where you put this on the map and say the the policies of immigration in our country of Mexico have not done anything to control this massive influx and ultimately to basically do something about it in a positive way. This is basically giving power to the traffickers, giving power to the organized crime, because we don't have a regular migration and there is not enough immigration policies for basically give the people help in their countries or in our country. And ultimately, this is the current situation, which, you know, all these countries that they're migrating, third world class countries, are the ones that they are, you know, migrating, and they're suffering about this. This is Luis Villagran, the, you know, the pro-migrant activist, defender of humanitarian rights, which we have walked with and we have interviewed multiple times. Also, we have walked with Irineo Mujica. Also, he is currently right now was being stopped by the National Guard to keep advancing to the city of Mexico. That was the caravan of the 23rd of October, which we were there and we walked with them for many municipal cities. So this is, holy cow, people. I don't know how many, and I will do my little, not rant, but really I will express my point of view. And as I put this picture right here on the live feed, I just want to ask one question. Where are the non-governmental organizations? And also, where's the United Nations on this? Who is going to be held accountable for these humanitarian crimes? You got people, and this is just me speaking, you got people that ultimately they have an idea that the United States, it's open, and that the United States, it is an open border, that everybody, it's going to be accepted. That is a complete blatant lie. And you have a candidate that at that particular time in 2020, he said on a debate against the president, that it was a current president, Donald Trump. He said in his face, I will create a better pathway for migrants. They're not coming. There's no traffickers. Remember that? Joe Biden said there's no traffickers. There's none coyotes. All of the kids are coming with their parents. Remember that. Do you remember that? So what kind of statement and what kind of face do you have now when you have provoked an incentivization so clearly around the world that now all humanity, it is coming through inhuman conditions like the Darien Gap in Panama, and they are being smuggled and trafficked on inhumane conditions on the back of a tractor trailer like this, 107 individuals, which particularly now 52 are dead. So I need to correct this live feed. 52 are dead. And now all of them, all of those 107 souls that they were inside of that tractor trailer being smuggled all the way to the north border, they thought in their mind that they have a gigantic possibility to enter to the United States of America due to the policies of the Biden administration. Who is going to be held accountable for that? But Joe Biden turns his back, and all of a sudden he says, we are closed. This guy sends Kamala Harris to Guatemala, and he says to all migrants, do not come, do not come, do not come, after you said that you were going to accept by the thousands, and you did. And a lot of them are entering in an irregular way, in an irregular fashion, but they do not care of their journeys and their travesties as they are migrating through this kind of circumstances. I've been reporting this consistently, and I've been doing multiple interviews with migrants from Venezuela, from Cuba, and even from Africa as they are migrating through the Darien Gap in Panama. Follow Michael Young right now, to the great Michael Young. Tip my hat to him, as he has done an extensive and ultimately a perfect reporting on the Darien Gap. And also Todd Bensman of Center of Immigration Studies. Follow those people to understand how this has the consequence. That is the consequence, people. The Biden administration, it is the consequence of these crimes. I'm sorry. And past failed immigration policies are the consequence of these crimes. Ultimately, the globalist compact of immigration and the agreements of the globalist compact of immigration, which Mexico signed, and Mexico, the government of Mexico, needs to be held accountable for their open border policy, which is provoking traffickers to be enriched, organized crime to be enriched, and these people are continuing with the flood to the influx and the flood and the influx and influx and influx through irregular ways, as you are seeing right now on this awful picture, which I have more pictures, but they're really graphic, and I don't want to show them. This, it is a complete disaster what is going on. It is a complete disaster. I don't know how many, and I don't know how much time it is going to take for people to understand, not only people, but ultimately, ultimately it's not only people, but it is so sad to see that this is an unstoppable force. This is an unstoppable force, as they have opened a door. Wow, I'm getting images right now, and they are horrible. I cannot put these images in the screen because basically I can put this one. Let me put this one on the screen. I'm saving images right now. I'm not going to put the most graphic ones because it is sickening what we are going to see right here as people are laying on the floor. Hold on with me a second. I'm getting images from basically from our colleagues over there, that they are in Tuxtla, as these are, wow, man, holy cow. When is this going to be a something that is going to open the eyes of the population? This is just graphic. Let me just put the pictures that they are not graphic, so you guys can get them right now, as I am going to put around 5 pictures for you guys to see as they are now getting in right here. These are just a total graphic, not non-graphical pictures, because if I put the graphical pictures, the live feed will get damaged. So basically, I will put just the non-graphical pictures, as this is so sad to see this. Look at this picture right here. I don't know until when these globalist organizations and the globalist compact of immigration and the United Nations are going to be held accountable for crimes, when there is going to be order. Look at this. Look at that. Holy cow. Look at this picture right here, as a migrant is getting into the ambulance. And not only that, you got the helicopter on top, because it's such a tragic incident. Got multiple people helping, and you got the helicopter on the top. And then you got this image right here of all the people that are laying down. When are these evil globalist, godless, leftist, communist organizations going to stop and say this is not open borders? It is not the solution. This is open borders. And not only that we have open borders, but it's just the number one thing that I was talking about earlier. It is that the resources and ultimately the supplies and personnel, there's not enough. And there's not enough to attend these kind of tragedies as they are continuing. Look at this image, man. Holy cow, man. Whew. I just don't understand. When is it going to be enough? When? And it is just, I was thinking about this a few moments ago. And I said to myself, this is not the American dream. I remember the American dream. I clearly do. And this is not the American dream. As Democrats, leftists, communists, and also heartless globalists, this is for them how the American dream needs to be achieved. Because you're sending a message for people to migrate through horrible situations and conditions. You're sending a message through the world migrant population that migrating through the Darien Gap, it is okay. And you're telling people to come, but you don't know how these people are suffering on their way. And this is one of the reasons why it is horrible to see this. It is just horrible to see this. So this is, I was explaining this earlier before I go. What is the solution? And, we were talking out loud, me and the, professional photographer, Cheche Torres. Corruption is the number one thing in Mexico that keeps this fluent going. It's just fighting against a wall. If you're speaking about corruption, we're going to end corruption. We're going to end corruption. To prevent these horrible accidents for keeping happening and for these horrible tragedies is for them to do their dreams in their own country. Migrating is not a crime. Everybody deserves the right to migrate. And everybody it is entitled to migrate legally through the world. Everybody's entitled to migrate. Excuse me if you don't agree with me. But people will stop going through these horrible travesties if the money was invested on infrastructure, on jobs, on fighting insecurity, and on logistics on their country. If you had a better opportunity for them in their native country, these kind of incidents won't be happening right now. And their economy will be fluent, and their economy will be going, and their economy will be consistent. And people will not leave their countries. They will stay in their countries. This is why a congressman from Guatemala said, we want trade. We do not want aid. Incredible. Incredible. But we still, this is why I have said multiple times before, and I'll say it again. The most lucrative business right now in the world, it is asylum and it is refugee. Asylum and refugee, it is extremely lucrative right now. In asylum and refugee, the organized crime do not care about human life. And they do not care about if it is an American dream, about if it is a Mexican dream, about if it is a Canadian dream. They do not care about that. The organized crime does not sleep. And if you open that door, like the Biden administration has done so, you will have these kind of tragedies occurring. Let's see what the AMLO administration, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, president of Mexico, is going to say and do about the current situation that is occurring in Tapachula, the open border that is occurring in Tapachula, but ultimately the tragedies that have been occurring. You cannot hide the truth with a finger trying to put it on the sun. No, this is an absolute tragedy, a catastrophe, and ultimately for all the leftists. For all the leftists, this is a crisis. Whether you look at it or whether you don't look at it that way, I want you to all you leftists that they think that it is a challenge. I would like for you to go to those families' faces and tell them, this is not a tragedy. It is a challenge. And when you tell them that, I would like to see your face as they are going to respond to you. Sad. Really sad day for the migrant community. Really sad day. 52 people now confirmed dead. 52. It is not 49. As I brought a professional photographer, José Torres, he just gave me another number that is 52 people. 52 people. And out of the 107, 52 are dead. Now, they said, now let's take away the ones that they were in critical condition, that I must believe that those ones are the ones that they passed away. And I'm assuming that. So you will have now 37 that they're hurt. 37 and they're hurt. There were 3 in critical condition. I am going on a limb here. I'm practically, I don't want to confirm this. It's a speculation, so I don't want to do that. So it's 37 that they're hurt. 3 of them were in critical condition. Those were the stats before I brought José Torres in the live feed. 37 were dead. 37 were hurt. 3 were critically in condition. 18 were stable, and 49 were pronounced dead. Now, that number has drastically changed into 37 that they're hurt. I believe, and it is on my own assumption, that the three people that they were in critical condition, possibly they were the ones that had passed away. I don't know. 18 are stable, and 52 are dead. That is the new number. That is 52 that they are dead, and we're getting this information not from speculation, but from journalists themselves in the ground, and also from the leader, pro-migrant activist, defender of humanitarian rights, Luis Villagran. Thank you so much for this live feed joining in. Holy cow. And Cheche asked a really interesting question that I would like to ask this also, because we know as the governments what they need to do, but also he said a comment that it really got me ticking. And he said, ask your audience what they think that it should be done, or what they can do as a population, as citizens. What can you do? Sadly, these kind of tragic situations happen. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Boys News. God bless everybody that is watching. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, at Real Anthony Agüero in all platforms. You can follow also our colleague and friend, Ben Berquam, Chief Investigative Reporter for Real America's Voice News. Also, you can follow Will Johnson at Unite America First. Thank you so much. Follow me at Facebook, follow me at YouTube, follow me at Telegram, follow me at Getter, follow me at Twitter. Also, follow Michael Young. You can follow him at Locals. You can follow him at Twitter, and you can follow him. I believe that he has Getter and Rumble. Follow Michael Young. Follow Todd Bensman, a master of the Center of Immigration Studies. I'll advise you and I exhort you to go to the Center of Immigration Studies and see a conference that Todd Bensman and Michael Young did, talking about how it is affecting the borders of every country in the Darien Gap. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining in. I will be back later on tomorrow to give you another update. And if it's something that is breaking news, I will come back and give you guys an update. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always, your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he has...
Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.